Hello everybody, welcome to another video about the Lord of the Rings LCG. I am Ryan and I am going to be playing the fourth quest of the Angmar Awakened cycle in this video, the Treachery of Rhudaur, and this is probably one of my more preferred, the quests I like in this cycle. I think this is a really good quest. Definitely a very different experience when you go from solo to multiplayer. We talked about this recently on Three as Company, but this is not a quest we covered. But the main sort of gimmick here, if I can call it a gimmick, is these three side quests that start off in the staging area. And personally, I find that unless I'm playing some kind of heavy questing deck, I rarely complete these. In fact, I often choose not to bother even trying, because what they do is they give you some kind of item when you flip them over, but they reduce the next stage's quest points by 5, I think. So it doesn't take as long to complete 2B. But to be honest, by the time I get to that stage, I'm normally set up to actually put down a lot of progress and deal with the boss. So I don't recall clearing these and winning in solo ever. Maybe I have a couple of times, I don't really know. So I'm going to be playing the Gandalf Dana for Armor deck again, which I'm playing through the cycle here. Not looking forward to the next quest, but we'll deal with that in another video. So I'm going to start off by drawing 6 cards. Now, a card I'm going to be looking for in this quest, and I've played this quite a few times before, so I know how important this is, but you want Shadow Cancellation. So I'm looking for Gandalf's Staff, and I've got it, which is good. The other cards in my hand are not great. I should do my visibility of the deck here. Ether Swordsman's nice, though, for this quest. Threat Reduction's good. Armor's good. Redding's good. So I'll probably keep that hand, just because I've got Gandalf's Staff. The shadow effects in this are just bad, from what I remember. I don't remember exactly what they do, but I just know I remember thinking that this was a quest where I wanted to play Burning Brand, because there are so many shadow effects. And another card I remember from this quest, which is really bad for this deck, is, I think it's called Curse of Years or something. In fact, I can look in the encounter deck, because it doesn't really matter at this point, because I haven't revealed anything. That thing, Curse of the Years, yeah, so deal 1 damage to each exhausted character. Each player with a threat of 35 or higher must also discard each exhausted attachment he controls. That is terrible for this deck, because I've got a lot of attachments that exhaust. So I'm going to be holding Test of Will for that card, I think. And I just want to look at the shadow effects. Yeah, so raise the threat by 3 or treat it as undefended, so plus attack. If it destroys a character, that's fine. But yeah, that one's bad as well, that shadow effect. Plus 3, so it gets plus 1 or plus 3 instead if the defending player does not control at least one clue objective, and the clues come from the other side of these cards, so that's probably plus 3 most of the time in solo. And some annoying side quests as well. I think the enemies also slow you down a lot in this, which is why I find it hard to complete these side quests. Some of the undead enemies take the progress off, so often I'll get to maybe 12 by the end of turn 5 and I won't have cleared it. Alright, so let's get on with this. This just explains what happens when you defeat those side quests, so I'm going to get rid of it. Now then, Secrets of Rhudaur. Setup, make the Great Hall the active location. So the Great Hall is 4 threat and 8 progress, so we do not want to be westward travelling that, maybe. Force, when the Great Hall is explored, each player discards his top 5 cards of the encounter deck and chooses an undead enemy he discarded in this way to add to the staging area. Actually, now I've read that out and remember what it does, I think it would be a good idea to westward travel that, because there's this location here, and I'd probably rather raise my threat by 2 than take an enemy. Especially if it's a dead lord, because he is the one that chucks enemies back into play from the discard pile. He's a really annoying enemy. So we set Faraday aside out of play. He's over here. Deal with him later. Add the 3 Treachery of Rhudaur side quests to the staging area. Quest side face up. Search the encounter deck for 1 copy of Ancient Causeway and add it to the staging area. 2 copies instead if there are 3 or 4 players in the game. The first player gains control of a Marthiel. I feel like we've had him for 3 or 4 quests now. So let's have a quick look at these since we're going to be playing this. So we've got Quiet the Spirits. While it's a current quest, each undead enemy that enters play immediately engages a player with the highest threat. Enemies that engage a player from this effect contribute their threat to the total threat in the staging area until the end of the phase. And Forced, after an enemy is destroyed, plays 2 progress on Quiet the Spirits. Now, My engagement cost is so high with this deck, or rather my threat's so high, that I usually go on this because the enemies are going to be in the staging area anyway, so I may as well just engage them. I guess the bad part is if a dead lord comes out off of that, so I need to be careful and think carefully about when I do that. Then we've got Sift Through the Debris. While Sift Through the Debris is the current quest, each location in the staging area gets +1 threat. And forced, after a location is explored, place 2 progress on Sift Through the Debris. When this quest is defeated, flip it over, so that will turn the causeway into a 4 on turn 1. And Decipher Ancient Text. While Decipher Ancient Text is the current quest, allies get -2 willpower. An action, pay 1 resource to place 1 progress on Decipher Ancient Texts. Any player may trigger this action, limit 3 times per round. So you can clear that just by paying, if you do it every single round for all 3 resources, but I find that difficult to imagine unless you're playing some sort of resource acceleration deck. So this one is the one I see cleared the least often in my games, if I do actually manage to clear any, and it's pretty bad because most allies quest for 2, 1 or 2, so even Ether Swordsman is struggling against that thing. I suppose when I've got 3 of them out, they'll be okay. But even then, they'll be losing -2 willpower, so they'll be 6 rather than 12, which is a big hit. And then Causeway, so when it's explored, you raise your threat by 2, we know that. So we'll go to the first stage, I think, 1B. So time 5, forced. After the last time counter is removed from Secrets of Rhudaur, remove each Treachery of Rhudaur side quest from the game and immediately advance to stage 2. During the quest phase, Secrets of Rhudaur cannot be chosen as the current quest. If there are no Treachery of Rhudaur side quests in play, immediately advance to stage 2. Now, if you've cleared all 3 of those in solo, and are advancing to stage 2 before you've done that time 5, then you are amazing. That's all I can say. Let's go. So there's no enemies out at the moment, so maybe Gandalf's staff not a massive priority. I feel like willpower is probably the most important thing I need at this juncture of the game. So I'm going to discard Hidden Cache and gain a resource to Arwen, and then I'm going to play my Swordsman. So that'll give me 2 willpower turn 1, which is really nice. Now, readying is good, but I don't have a way to get it on my deck, so I'm going to play Gandalf's staff. And I'm done. Now, there's 3 in the stage now. I need to pick what quest I'm going to go on. And I usually go on this Quiet the Spirits, because this actually adds threat to the staging area from the location. So I'll go on Quiet the Spirits. I'll quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think. I've got a defender and an attacker, but a Marthiel won't do a huge amount, but he could at least chip an enemy for 1. So I'm up by 5. I'm not going to clear the Great Hall. There's just no chance of that. Maybe I should put 1 more progress on it. I don't think his 1 damage is going to be worth anything, so I'll do 9. Reveal one card. Centuries of Sorrow. Surge. When revealed, the first player must choose a new quest to be the current quest if able. Well, I'll go through Sift Through the Debris, so that will put the staging area by 1. Surge into Restless Evil. When revealed, each undead enemy gets +1 threat, attack, and defense until the end of the round. If there are no undead enemies in play, Restless Evil gains Surge. Eerie Halls. Action. Raise your threat by 1 to reduce the threat of Eerie Halls by 1 until the end of the phase. Any player may trigger this action. That is a terrible time to get that. Because I am now against 10. And I've only got 9. So I'm going to have to raise my threat by 1 to just reduce it down to 5 again, because it's +1 off of this. And break even. So that is a troubling start, I feel. I feel if I could grab a Westward Traveller within the next turn or so, I may be able to get out of this, but this is looking like a deep hole. So we'll go to the next turn. Sigil Miner. Okay, I will play Silver Lamp from the top of my deck, because that's going to give me information about shadow cards I'm concerned about. And then there's an Erebor Toymaker up there. That would be a great card to have. I think that Will of the West is not going to help me all that much. But I'll hang on to it for a second, and I'm going to play the Unexpected Courage. Okay, I'll quest on Quiet the Spirits again, so I'm looking at 8 in the staging area. I'll do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm up by 2, 1 card. White of Rhudaur, so it's going to engage me. Well, the current quest has 1 or more progress on it. White of Rhudaur gains Surge. While it's got no progress on it, White of Rhudaur gains Doom 2. Ugh. So 38. I do make 2 progress though, so that's something positive. I'm not stuck here. Okay, combat. Shadow card, defend. Oh, I should have taken a time count off there, by the way, before I go any further. Now this shadow card is actually face up. For each point of damage dealt by this attack, remove 1 progress from each quest in play. That is going to be 0. So that will be defended by him. No damage because it's attacking for 3. I think I'll gain the resource on Arwen, and I will chuck away Will of the West to gain a resource, and then I'll go to the end of the round. Time 3, draw a card. Glorfindel, okay, that's not going to be massively helpful, really. I'll go for 1, 2, 3, play my Toymaker. Although, actually, I'm going to take that back a second. I think what I'll do is I'll play this instead, and I'll say 5. Bilbo goes by and Glorfindel. So I gain 1 resource, and then I can do the 3 for the Toymaker. I'll get a free Armor of Erebor. So he's 4. Alright, questing against 8. I'll go and quiet the spirits again. I'll do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is dire, isn't it? That is bad. I'll do 11. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each exhausted character. That is a good job. I've got that. Cancel it. 2 progress on the Great Hall. Combat, shadow card for him. Face up. +1 or +2 if there's a copy in the discard pile. There isn't, so I'll just defend that, and I'll discard this into play for free, and that armor will help me when I get to Faraday, so I'm going to draw it. Then I could do 3 attack, which will do nothing, but I'll gain a resource. And the next turn, okay, this is turn 4. Treebeard on top. I'm going to play him. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he will start to gain resources. Okie dokie. Yeah, I just want to try and clear this Great Hall, I suppose, just to stop myself getting location locked. So I'm up against 8 again. I'll do 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 11, 12. Not great, is it? But I'm going to do it. Quiet the spirits. Oh boy, that is terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is bad. I should have probably just raised my threat to clear this. I'm going to have to raise my threat a little bit, so I'll lower it by 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I make 2 progress. I'm going to go up by 2 threat again. So I'll just get rid of it. That'll clear the Great Hall. Because I cannot get location locked. I'm dead if I get location locked. So discard top 5 cards in the encounter deck and choose an undead enemy discarded this way to add to the staging area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, that's a lot of them. Not that one. Get rid of that. I suppose you discard them in order, so I will just take that Cursed Dead. It's added to the staging area. It's not revealed. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that will be added to the victory display. I'll go to the Eerie Halls. And then at the combat phase, he goes there. Shadow cards, face up. Alright, +1. And for each point of damage, so that won't do anything. So neither of these are going to do any damage. So I'll just defend both of them. And nothing will happen. And I'll gain a resource because I need to lower my threat pretty badly. And a location left play, so I can put 2 progress on Sift through the debris. Though that is not going to help me by this point in the game. And this Sigil Miner will do nothing. I'm sort of tempted to get rid of that, but I feel like I'm going to need that threat reduction. So we're doing the last round here of stage 1. What a weird game. Unexpected Courage. I feel like I need that card, so I'm going to play it. Elven Light, I don't need that card, so I'll say 1. Another one of those gone by. The Galadrim's Greeting. Okay, so Tharadir's going to come in with another enemy this turn. Just trying to think about what to do. I think I can survive a turn and not threat out, so I'm going to go for the Armor of Erebor. Just so he's 5 defense, because he's got to do a lot of defending. Okie dokie, what am I going to quest on? Probably Quiet the Spirits again. So there's 8 in staging. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ugh, that's horrible. Brutal. I need a defender to kill some chump. I've got 3 defenses with Danar Foot. I'll go with Treebeard. Okay, I'm up by 4. 1 card. Good game. Treachery of Rhudaur. When revealed, raise each player's threat by the threat of the active location. That'll be 5, so I'll go to Tasty 51 threat, and I think this actually makes you lose, doesn't it? No? No, it doesn't. So I lost. So that was fun. I'll reset that one. Try again. That was a very strange run. 2 of those 5 threat locations is difficult for any deck. I suppose what I probably should have done is just cleared it sooner. Not let them build up. So you take advantage of the action. Low deck downloads, crouch and minor. Okay, I'll try and set this up as fast as possible. Bit of octagon lag here. Something weird happened to that quest. Okay, they go there, they go there. I get a Marthuel. I'll get rid of that one. And I don't need to do anything else there. I don't need to reveal any cards, so that's just going to be all the same. Now I've got Wizard Pipe. Let's see what I'm going to draw here. Ether Swordsman. Now that's interesting because 2 of those would set me up on willpower quite nicely. And I've got a bunch of test of wills, so I'm going to try a different tack this game and keep this hand. Let's get on with it. Alright, now I've got 2 of those guys, but first I want to play Bilbo, I reckon. Just to get a card out of my deck. So I'll go and grab the pipe, even though it's already in my hand. Just take a card out of there. Thin the deck a little bit. Play that. And then I will... makes no difference actually. I'll just chuck this away to gain a resource on Arwen. And then that way I can cancel something. So I'll do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Quiet the Spirits. And I'm up against 3. I'll do a Marthuel as well. So 9 against 3. 1 card. Forbidden Descent. Well, it's in the staging area. The first 2 progress that will be placed on a quest each round must be placed on Forbidden Descent instead. And forced. If the Forbidden Descent leaves play from the staging area, raise each player's threat by 2. That could happen. So we've got 5. So I make 4. Nothing else to do. So I'll probably just refresh. Okay, that's good. That is good. I can do that now, this game. So I'm going to do that. Try that little play. Play her. And then switch the active location with any other location in the staging area. So although I'm trading a 4 for 2, I won't need to clear the Great Hall. I might not even need to do it this game, because there's no need to actually do that to win. So I'll just stick it there. Just walk back out the hall and not clear it. Now there's 7 in the staging area, so I probably need to play another ally. So I'll discard that one. I'll play an Ether. Alright, and then I'll go on Quiet the Spirits. 13 against 7. 1 card. Dark Covenant. When revealed, discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. The first player must either remove X progress from among the quests in play, or assign X damage among characters he controls. X is the total threat of the discarded cards. That could be terrible. Top 3 cards. Let's see. The damage. At this point in the game, damage probably be okay. So 1, 2, 3. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all right. It's fine. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we make 6 progress, which clears Forbidden Descent. Great. That will put 2 progress on there. And this should have a time counter less, I've realized. So now I could go back to the Great Hall, or I could go to the Ancient Causeway, and I think I'll just go to the Causeway. Like, I'm going to eat that threat either way, so let's just get rid of it. And end of the round, refresh. Now it should be turn 3, so this loses another time counter. There's a Toy Maker, that's great, because I will do 1, 2, 3, play him, and get that for free on top of my deck. And a Northern Tracker there. I should have done something to keep a resource for Tester Wheel, sorry. So I'll probably discard this Miner just to make sure I can cancel something, because if I can't cancel that Curse of the Years, I am totally screwed. I'll go Quiet the Spirits again. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 against 4. That should be on him. I don't know why I put that on Gandalf. 15. Restless Evil. I keep going to call that Boner Sword. Every time I see it, that's Brandon from Cardboard of the Rings' influence on the world. All the undead get +1 to everything. It's going to gain Surge because there's no undead in play. Ooh, Cursed Dead. So that's going to bring back one of those. I've seen it go in the discard pile just now. There it is. So he will pop him back. And they're +1 to all their stats. It's not willpower, it's threat. And that's also the same. Okay, so that's added 4. And they engage me actually. So he engages me. Each undead enemy that enters play immediately engages the player with the highest threat. That's fine because they're going to engage me anyway. So I'll make 7 progress. 1, 2, and then 5 on there. That gets 2 from a location leaving play, and my threat goes up by 2. Alright, do I go to the Great Hall? No. I mean, I could. It's 4 threat out of there. It's another enemy though, and I've already got a bunch in place, so I reckon I'll just quest over it, because I've got an Aether Swordsman coming next turn. Shadow cards, defend the one on the left, attacking for 4, discard 1 card. I'll wait to do that. So ready, and I'll defend this one. Side quest, discard him into play. And a Northern Tracker, I could chip that down. But I'm more likely to use him for his attack, so I'll leave him on top of the deck. And I cannot do any damage to them, because they've all got buffs to all their stats. So I'll refresh. A Miner on top, not massively helpful, but I will do 1, 2 to play him. Just take a time counter off 2. Apologies. I wonder if I can clear a side quest. That would be very good. Don't usually bother. Don't usually do it. I want to kill one of these too. I need 3 attack to do it. So let's leave a Marthuel up. And we'll leave these guys up. I don't want these hanging around on the table. So I'm gonna, actually, I'll take that back. I'll do Gandalf, I'll keep him up. So let's do 3, 9, 11, 13, 15. How about that? I can still kill one of them if I get another enemy. Let's go on Quiet the Spirits, because the enemies are going to engage me anyway. Although, maybe Sift through Debris is better. I might be able to actually... I'll go on the Spirits. I'll go on the Spirits. So I got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 against 4. 1 card. Haunting Fog. Each player must exhaust a character he controls. Attach Haunting Fog to the current quest. It's a condition and it gets +6 quest points. You know what? That's fine. I exhaust him. So added to no threat, so we get 11 progress. Which would have cleared it as it goes, but it's +6, so I can't clear it. And then combat, shadows, not face up. I'll defend the first one, it's hit for 3. If the defending player does not control at least 1 clue objective, the attacking player makes an additional attack after this one. So I'm going to discard this Miner into play, so I've got a blocker. Ready. Another shadow card. I'm going to block it with him, chump basically. +1 attack. If his attack destroys a character, reveal 1 encounter card. It will. So he dies, that's +1 attack, reveal card. Ghostly Ruins. Anytime the encounter deck runs out of cards, return the topmost undead enemy in the encounter discard pile to the staging area before resetting the encounter deck. That's cool. Travel, return the topmost undead enemy in the encounter discard pile to the staging area. That's going to be one of these guys, isn't it? Probably. And then I'll defend him. If the defending player does not control at least one clue objective, this attack is considered undefended. That is why I need Gandalf's staff. That's horrendous. I'll put it on Gandalf. And I'll kill both of them, because they're both 1 defense and 2 health, sorry. Ooh, that was rough. Not much more to say about that, really. So I guess I'll go to the next turn. The final turn at stage 1B. Will of the West is not particularly helpful. I think I've struggled from having to discard that minor. I think it cost me a little bit, so I'm going to draw a card with Elven Light. That's why, as well, Will of the West I think is not a card worth running in most games, because it's basically dead. It's not going to help me. Another card would help me more. I'll swap this guy to the top, I think, and I'll pay for him. Track time. Another Will of the West up there, look. I'll discard that, and I'll draw it back. Okay, Galadrim's Greeting. Nothing more I can do, really. So I reckon we probably just try to clear Quiet the Spirits, and that might do something. Oh, after an enemy is destroyed, place 2 progress on Quiet the Spirits, so actually it only needs 2 now. And I can return topmost undead enemy and encounter discard part of the staging area to actually get 1 back and kill it this turn. So I could clear that. So I'm going to go on Sift through debris, which will make these 10. Let's do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 18. Up by 8. So I won't clear the thing. I wonder if I should put in my tracker. I don't think it's worth it. Reveal 1 card. Dark Covenant. I think I can eat that damage. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's good. 2 threat, so I only take 2 damage. I'll put that on my tracker. So I added no threat, though, so I get 8 progress. I think I should 12, because it started off with 4. And then I'll travel there. So I return topmost undead enemy, which is something I just discarded. It's that thing. It's going to take... Oh! That's bad luck. He's going to take 2 progress off Quiet the Spirit, so I won't be able to actually finish it. Little noob. He'll engage me. When he engages, you remove 2 progress and meet quest card in play. Sure. Shadow card. Defend. Nothing. Now there's some threat reduction on top of my deck, which is nice, but I don't want Dane taking any damage, so let me just check there's no Elven Light in here. Nope. Alright, I'll discard it. Residual Minor will help me. I'll keep that. And then I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so I can kill it. That's good. So I'll get 2 progress on there, which I would have needed to beat it. So annoying. Okay, and then end of the round, we basically lose all these side quests, so that goes away. I'm just going to put them in the victory display. I'll have a quick look at the other side first, though. So that one would have given me +1 attack, that's nice. +1 willpower and +1 defense. That's the best one, but it's also the hardest one to get, because it's the one that takes away all the allies' willpower. So I'll put this in the victory display, and that's going to make the shadow effects terrible now. And then this will lose its time, so we'll go to the next stage. Faraday's Pursuit. When revealed, add Faraday to the staging area. Each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for an undead enemy and adds it to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. I'll probably go in the encounter deck and get one of them. Dead Lord in there, I don't like that. But that'll stop the when revealed, basically, if you do that. Okay, Faraday's Pursuit has -5 quest points for each clue objective attached to a character. This stage cannot be defeated while Faraday has any hit points remaining. If this stage is defeated, the players win the game. So I need to put 30 on there and then kill Faraday, who requires 13. Alright, let's go to the next turn. So draw Residual Minor. I'm going to pipe that to the top of my deck. And I'll play the Residual Minor. And I will say 0. Oh, I need Gandalf's staff. 1, 2, 3. Discard that. Probably draw a card. I can use him. I reckon probably just put out some toy makers for chumping purposes. Let's do that. Okay, and in here, there's a tracker. So that's okay. Alright, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think with these swordsmen we're set up to quest over this stuff. So there's 10 alone. 12? 15? I need 4 on that. I don't like the thought of defending this with Dane right now. I'm gonna stick there. Okay, 1 card. Runes of Rhudaur. After the when revealed effect of a treachery card is cancelled, raise each player's threat by 2. So I get 4 progress. That's exactly what I need to clear the ghostly ruins. Very good. And I will travel to Runes of Rhudaur. And then engage Cursed Dead. I got no choice. And engage Faraday. I got no choice. Now I have to remember his forced effect. After a treachery card with a sorcery trait is revealed from the encounter deck, Faraday heals 3 damage and makes an immediate attack against the first player. Must remember that. I will defend the Cursed Dead with Dane Ironfoot. Defending player either raises his threat by 3 or this attack is considered undefended. Well, I've got no choice. And Faraday, yuck. I'm going to have to use Dane's ability. So I'll discard that. I have to discard that. I have to discard that. So I'm defending for 6. +1. If it destroys a character, reveal 1 encounter card. Dead Lord gone at least. That's good. Now I want to get rid of this Cursed Dead. Get rid of him. And I can do damage to him. He's just indestructible. So we'll do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll put 3 damage on him. Now he might heal that, but he might not. So it's worth doing it in my opinion. Refresh. Okay, I need threat reduction. That's plainly obvious. I'm a bit hesitant about using this guy, so I might just keep him for attack power at this point. I'll pay probably 1, 2, 3 for the toy maker. That's going to let me get that unexpected courage for free. Westward Traveller. Alright. Now, that's going to raise my threat if I cancel anything, so having tested will won't matter too much, but if I get the Curse of the Years, I have to cancel it. Like, have to. So I'm going to swap. I'm not going to swap anything. I don't need this Westward Traveller. I have tons of allies, so I really want to be saving the threat reduction at this point, and Gandalf's Staff. That are 2 cards I care about. Let's quest for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we'll do another 7. So that's 17 against nothing. Or 4, sorry. Still got the Great Hall in play. Reveal 1 card. When revealed, raise each player's threat by the threat of the active location. That's a 2. And if I cancel it, it's a 2 either way. So it's 47. Oh boy, threaten out again. I hardly ever threat out when I play this deck offline. I'll get 10 progress. Combat. I'm not going to go to the Great Hall, I'll just leave it. Faraday, what are you going to do to me then? What are you going to do? Dane Ironfoot? +1 or +3 if you do not control at least 1 clue. He's hitting for 9, so I can go up to 6 and Dane will take 3 damage. 1. I want that card. Draw it. 2. 3. So I've got 6 defense. So he's going to take 1, 2, 3. He's nearly dead. Yikes. Was that a sorcery treachery that I revealed? No, it wasn't. Good. Ooh, rough. I don't discard Residual Miner, because if I do, I might lose Galadrim's Greeting. So let's just stick a load of damage on Faraday. I've got 8 there. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that will do another 9. 9 damage? Yeah, of course. So that takes him up to 12. So that's good, because even if he heals 1, I'll still be able to kill him. Okay, and next turn. Yes! Galadrim's Greeting. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Play that in the resource phase. Go down to 42. Okay, now I can use my Sigil Miner a bit more freely, but I want that silver lamp. So I'm going to put that onto Dane. This is the planning phase now, so I can do another Gandalf action. And I'll say 1. Oh, nice. 3 resources. Could play Treebeard. I'll play the staff. Can't use this on Faraday, but at least I can tell some other enemy where to get off. I think I'm done. So I should just quest all in, because even if he gets this sorcery, he'll heal 3 damage and make an attack. As long as I keep up some chumps, I'll keep up a couple of these guys. That guy and that guy. Sort of swarm him. Like, cuddle him. There we are. Cuddle Faraday. We'll do 6, 12, 14, 16, 19, 22 against 4. So that would give me 18 progress. So still not enough, actually. It's pretty bad. Maybe perhaps I need to have one more turn then. Let's keep Gandalf out. 1, 2, 3. So I've got a bit more attack power. This card, Forbidden Descent. So I must place 2 progress on it while it's out in the staging area. I get 13. So I'll basically get 11 on here. And 2 on that. I'll travel there. The shadow cards face up. For each point of damage dealt by this attack, remove 1 progress from each quest card in play. So I believe I can safely defend this with Dane Ironfoot, because I can do 1, 2, 3, and that'll make him 6 defense, so no damage. And then I'll just try and chip Faraday a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's another 8 damage. And what should be the last turn, I hope. Elfhelm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Wizard Pipe this thing. 0. 3 resources. I've already used Gandalf's ability, so I will. I'll just discard this Elven Light to gain a resource and then draw it back straight away. To draw that one. Play this for 2. I can't play her, so I'll play this for 2. There we go. Untested will available. Now we just try and quest out 6, 12, 14, 16, 19, 22. I sincerely hope that's enough. 4, and a Haunting Fog. It's a sorcery. When revealed, each player must exhaust the character he controls. Attach Haunting Fog to the current quest. That is pain in the arse. Get that there when you're trying to win, so I'm going to cancel it. I got 2 in my hand. But it is a sorcery, so he will make an attack. He's got Shadow card face up, because my Defender's ready. This side quest goes away, and I can use Dane's ability, because this is a phase. It's not the end of the round. So I'll do 1, 2, 3. He's safe, all good. He heals 3. It's worth doing it, just to make sure that happens. And then I think I get, like, what's that, 18 progress. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 14 on here will be 35. And I believe that's a win. I sincerely hope so. 8 rounds, so much faster, and this video is only 38 minutes, so I got 2 games in there, one of which was a complete disaster, because I seem to remember I threaded out, but that's a risk with a deck like this, so that was good. Now, you probably know the next quest is Karn Doom, and I have never beaten that with this deck, and I don't think this deck can actually beat it. I think there needs to be some sideboarding, so what I might do is maybe throw myself up against it for a couple of games, get demoralized and depressed, and then maybe tech against it, or I'll just move on, who knows. But it's probably the hardest quest in the game, so I will see you there, and thank you for watching. Bye bye for now.